Hey everybody, welcome back to Dice and Delinquents and our playthrough of Candlekeep Mysteries. Why is that not there? Hold on, stand by. Hey, there's everybody. That's where they should be.
Wait,
Well,
we're going?
kind of. There's
What?
me. Yeah, we're going. Jeez, when I say we're going live, the meaning hasn't
What is going
changed in
on?
like the several years.
You need to stop being able to feed the troll so helpfully.
Oh God, everybody's gonna die again.
Hey, you already did that to us once. You can't do
Yeah.
it again.
Anywho,
Listen, I've already cried because we killed the baby today.
we didn't do
So
no, 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 no,
Well, we did.
we
no,
no, we
no.
killed the
Bad
little
phrasing.
monochrome thingy thing.
No,
It
we
was like a
yeah,
That
little
was
bit
a long
kids.
time
like nine
ago.
months ago on a completely different campaign.
Well, it's new for me.
What do you mean it's new for you? You were there.
I got dragged up on it. It got
Okay,
dragged up.
okay. So, welcome back, everybody.
This is what
Um,
happens when we don't have Emma when we start.
this
so
is this is the phases of grief.
the rule of three had arrived at Candlekeep Mystery. They are looking to solve a mystery in their hometown of anybody?
Sunborn.
Sunborn. Hey, look at you. Traveling from the town of Sunborn, they have some mysterious once every 50-year eclipses that they are researching. And
Eclipses and bugs and
yes,
people going missing. It's
yes.
great.
So they are here at Candlekeep to research that particular phenomena. Being that it's extremely rare, they're having difficulty. Well, they did find a person who specializes in astronomical things.
But he did.
But yeah, you guys made a deal with him. He was more than happy to share with you, but unfortunately, he died.
He was dead day one, and that's the sad
Yes,
Oh,
part.
and you guys had.
I just realized the rule of three is now all level three.
That's right. So yeah,
Well, let's
you
not bring
Continue.
angel numbers into this.
you guys were
What?
trapped. Trying to do the recap here, people. You guys were trapped in a permanent version of Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion, and uh, you died a lot there, and or were incapacitated. But you managed to find your way out, and also on your way out discovered that the person you had made a deal with to do your research had been killed by an imp that he had smuggled out of this place. So you guys, after a brief discussion with the guard captain, have been cleared of any issues with that, and also have been allowed because you were essentially trapped there to smooth things over. They've given you an additional 10-day and uh, full menu. So during that
How's
10
the
day,
food?
what's that?
How is the food, by the way? Is it as good as Coriander and
Oh
Queen?
God, no. I mean, it's decent. It's pub fare, but it's nowhere near. And you get like a voucher. It's not like you can't go up like whenever you want. It's like certain like
It's a punch card.
yeah. It's essentially when they serve breakfast, you have to be there to get it. If you're not, you don't get it.
It's
Lunch,
Yeah, kind of
same
complimentary.
thing.
expansion.
Yeah, and it's you get what you get with it. You get a meal, not your choice of a meal, just whatever they're making, you get it for free. But the nice
I
thing
just
is, so you this is your second day here. You guys, I'm gonna start you up kind of. Well, no, what we'll say you didn't do anything. You got out of the temple. You dealt with the captain of the guard. It was halfway through the day. I'm going to say this will be the next morning. You guys are waking up. fresh new day. Um, Oren is. You guys try and wake him up, but he is grumpy, and he said he needs to sleep. So he's sleeping in, and we're gonna do. Actually, I would like to do a quick recap, a reintroduction of our characters, and we're gonna do this at the start of each
Module.
module, basically. So let's go ahead and start. Calcutta, let's start with you, just because.
Hi guys. I play the character Kalkenum. He is like a 6 foot tall. Age, I think is 20. I think I said 23 ish.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And also,
Tiefling.
sorry, again, of course, just a reminder, you can only provide whatever information you want to, you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Um, Tiefling, gray skin, mostly purple hair, red accents, mostly in the front. Um, black tail, brown horns, gray skin. Uh, I have the aesthetic of somebody who was goth once but is also now a hobo.
Okay.
So I have holes in my knees and my elbows of
Clothing.
my clothing. Yeah. Leather pants, leather top. Yeah.
Well, well, to be clear, you're wearing out those spots because they were mended.
Yes. Cumin and coriander fixed them while I was
Yeah,
out.
mended and
And
patched
I was
all your
offended,
clothes.
so I had to fix it because you don't mess with my aesthetics. I am, in fact, an edgy teenager from Hot Topic. Don't question me.
Also, one other thing, I just want to make sure my memory is right. I believe your tail is like it's like
It's asymmetrical.
yeah,
So it's a spearhead, but one half is not
yeah. So
speared.
it's like okay, so yeah, it's like okay, and then also you died.
Oh, and I
Your
can't see orange anymore.
okay, I forgot what
So,
yours was.
yeah, I
Okay,
can't see orange anymore, which has now led to a series of food names for things I don't understand.
yeah,
It's great. Oh, also, if I can't pronounce what something is, or if I think something is easier in a lesser standing common, I'll say that. So
okay, cool. And we got the picture here, which I believe you drew that, right?
I did drew that.
Yes, you
And
you
then
you did draw
black.
that.
It was black sclera, red
Right.
irises, and semi-glowing white slit pupils
I love the eyes. I'm gonna make you describe the eyes every time. Sorry.
all the time. It's all good.
All right. So that is Calcanum, and now Aji. Now Aji, you don't have to
Yes.
describe every single one of the your
Multitude of
appearances.
What?
appearances.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, we would literally be here all night with all the things you've gone through. So just
I think that's exactly what people want to see.
it is, and you
That's
on
actually what.
camera too.
Um, okay, so Hashi is a strange creature um, who takes on many forms um, and could be many ages. Um, seems to sort of default into sort of later teens. Um, and they just have very odd rules for how things work about
You know that
them.
that's that's entirely accurate. Honestly, I could say all the stuff you've done, but wow, that is actually a real yeah. They just yeah. So
Yeah,
you have like a stock your female appearing red hair
I
kind of
have it's
Evie.
on the thing.
yeah.
I have like a version of the sort of changeling default mode and the person, the girl that she was disguised as a little bit tends
Okay.
to take on the form sometimes.
I think I might need you to move a little closer to your mic, Aji. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
That's okay. All right. So you two are awake. The day is yours. Um, Irony, your avowed uh, guide, told you that he would meet you this morning uh, to provide a. Well, actually, no. He said the previous day he told you that he would find you or he would be waiting at the pedagogue, the towers. The
Pillars of pedagogy
Yeah.
or
So,
pedagogy.
yeah, those are the study rooms there. He said he'd meet you at the entrance there this morning with a new set of books that might be relevant to your particular search. But he said he's up and going early in the morning, so whenever you guys get over there, he'll meet you at the main front gate there.
They
To
didn't even give him the day off for getting attacked by an imp. That's cold.
he has spent the last he went in that night, so he's actually had a full day off.
Okay.
So yeah, he's gonna meet you if you're on the.
Only one day off?
We can complain about literally anything.
Yeah. So yeah. So you guys, you go to breakfast. If there's anything you want to do, uh, let me know. But yeah, the court of air is open to you.
Well, Aji, since the old codger is asleep at the moment, and the young ones are free to go and sow our special brand of chaos, that makes me in charge. So tell me what you want to do, so we can go do that in a semi-responsible way before he wakes up and comes to tell us that we have to actually get to work.
You want to have some fun.
I would like to have some fun that does not involve me turning into anything or getting assaulted by brooms or flying swords or books. Really, being assaulted by books is the most offensive to me of all of that. But anyway.
Okay. I think we can figure something out.
What?
I think we can figure something out.
Okay.
All right.
Personally, I still really want to see if I can convince uh little one to
You gonna go hang out with little one?
toss me.
Okay. Irony said we're not supposed to get tossed. And I think
Yeah,
we got enough tossing in the mansion, don't you?
did we?
I certainly felt like I got hit in a blender.
That's a totally different feeling.
By all means, Aji, lead the way.
All right. So you're heading to. So you're heading to try and get little one to throw you over the wall. Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Okay. So you know by now that they're in the hearth, tucked away into a corner. It's weird. It's a huge chair, but it has somehow managed to be like completely out of the way as to not block anything. But you know that's his chair because he's an ogre. So
Mm.
so you go to the hearth this early in the morning. He's not there.
He's probably behind the emerald door. We're not going behind the emerald door.
I love that you could hear my thoughts.
Well, I mean, yeah, you guys you definitely would remember. I mean, he doesn't just sit around all day. He does have a job here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Which is
know.
probably behind the emerald door. Aji!
What?
Do okay.
Why are you saying? What have I done?
Today, nothing. Do we want to go explore a little
Exactly.
bit, or get to work?
Let's explore.
Okay.
All right. You guys should be on the map of uh, the keep.
Yep.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so remember, the court of air is basically the limit to where you can go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we have the Temple of Agma, the Granary, which I don't know why we would need to be in there. The House of the Binder. We could go get you some interesting clothes
That's what I was
at
about to suggest.
the Outfitters and Clothiers.
Yeah.
Sure. Cool.
All right. So you guys head up there.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So that, um, and you guys would know that this is basically the only shop. Um, there, it's the erudite outfitters and clothiers. They lean heavily towards the clothiers as you enter. It's basically a very large. This is where all the robes and everything that all the avowed and everybody acquire. They get them from here.
Yeah, I would
And
like to start finding stuff to make a better uh disguise for being one of them.
okay, you walk in and so you step inside and a human steps forward and says, "Welcome. How can we help you this morning here at Erudite Outfitters and Clothiers?"
I was looking for some new robes.
Well, this is definitely the place. What kind of robes are you looking for?
Hmm.
And I mean, there are, you know, there's not really, there's none on display, but
Hmm.
the place is packed of fabrics, um, and surprisingly, a lot of silk, which, I mean, silk is a very rare material. But this
Yeah.
place, there's more silk here than like probably you've all seen in your whole life. And but there's the just bolts and bolts of cloth, different colors. But then there's also pieces that are being worked on, robes. So it's you can see like from bolt of cloth to finished product, like all different stages around, and people working on them. There's uh, two younger people kind of doing runner, moving around, taking notes, and there's people working on the actual equipment or clothing. And then they do have a small area of like camping gear, like backpack camping gear, but it's very very small, little cabinet to the side. Had the most basic of equipment.
Do they sell sewing kits here?
Yes, we do. Absolutely.
Sorry, remind me out of character for a moment what
Yeah.
the actual name for the people who work in the library is again.
The avowed.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. That's what irony is. He's an avowed.
Yes.
So yeah, basically everybody who works in the library is an avowed. It's just some have specific titles, like the great readers, the master readers, the chanter, the first reader, things like that.
Mhm.
So yeah,
I was looking for some avowed info. If you have them.
he'll look at you and go
You can't just fucking say that.
like,
You
sure.
can't.
He'll like, you'll see like there's like an actual avowed robe. He'll like walk past it.
Also, I am my form right now is very much like kind of an amalgamation of what I have seen of Avowed. Um,
Mm,
so I look totally like I could be one of them.
okay. He'll say, he'll go, okay, interesting. I don't, it's like, I don't recognize, and he'll go over to this big book and go, I don't recognize what class, when is your seamstress, your sewing classes? I don't recognize you.
Well, I'm new.
Yeah.
You're new. Okay.
So just Cal
Hold
is
on.
like in the corner, just chuckling to himself, listening to this,
All right. So
just like waiting for
first
them to
roll
throw
of the
Ashi
day.
out.
Give me a deception check there, buddy.
I mean,
But
I am new.
But you are not an avowed.
Yeah.
yeah,
I know, I know.
you're not gonna be able to cheese your one through
Yeah.
this way, there,
I
bud.
mean, nice try,
I
but
know. Okay, okay. Normal.
Whew. It was an attempt.
That was the most mid attempt ever.
okay.
My heart was only half in it.
Wait, did you guys see that? You guys saw that roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
They rolled a 15 for insight. And they're like, yes,
I'm
you
not
are
helping.
very new, as he slowly closes the book and says, I think we got off on the wrong foot. I think honesty will do you
Did we?
much
I
better.
thought I stepped in on my right foot.
I
Oh,
was.
okay. I have to step in here because Aji will play this game all day.
All right.
Uh, Aji, they mean stop trying to surprise people and lie about your status here. You did it outside and they warned you about it twice. So, Aji, stop doing that.
I am new here.
You are
That's
new,
not what they
yes.
meant.
But also, you should not try circumventing the rules and trying to get in. You're here somehow in the court of air. I think you might want to stick with that because you're not good at it the other way, okay?
I just thought they were pretty.
Aji,
Hmm?
if somebody walked into a library and put on a name tag that said that they worked there, and then started ripping up books, what would you think of that
Rip up
person?
books?
Exactly. This is that
I-
kind of offensive.
How? I'm not
Because-
ripping anything.
Because they don't know you and they can't trust you. Because we
Well, they
don't
definitely
live
couldn't
here.
trust me if I was ripping up books, but I'm not ripping up books.
Aji, is it? As he writes down a little note. Okay. So, yes, I would suggest in future don't try. Don't try what you just did. You're not good at it. I'm sorry. I can't be. It's just
A
you're.
little rude.
Can I buy a sewing kit, please?
Yes, sure, certainly. Anything else, or just the sewing kit?
Um, well, what's all in your sewing kit? I don't need a bunch of super fancy stuff. I just need needles and like your baby scissors and like an assortment of different string or thread.
So more of a traveler's kit, not a home
Yeah,
for
I'm
emergency uses.
less in casual project, small project ideas I have sort of
Okay.
floating around in my head.
Let's see. Just a moment. Let's take a look here. We do have several sewing kits because, um, as any real avowed would know, the mandatory sewing lessons that are required,
Hmm.
we provide that as well. Okay.
Mandatory do avowed sew regularly?
Yes. The
They
Kind of.
mend their own robes or
Yes, the first reader instituted the policy several years ago that it seems to cut down on their cost of replacement robes. So
I mean there's plenty of them running around, that makes sense.
yes, so we provide sewing lessons to all avowed members. So they learn
Cool.
to they can maintain for the most part uh, their own robes considerably longer than they would if they didn't know how to mend a patch or a tear or anything like that. So and of course we get uh, remunerated for the classes, so it works out for everybody.
If there's something above their current skill level, are they still allowed to bring it to you and learn like on the spot, or is it just sort of a by needed
Well, the
thing?
rudimentary, the basic level is required. That's all that's required. If we've had others who have wanted to continue and learn more skills, we'll do that as well. But only the most basic uh, is required.
Cool.
Hold on a sec here. What, what is? What's it called? Sewing kit? What? Is there a sewing kit in this game? Wait a minute. What?
I thought they had a bunch of them.
Hold on, they do.
Okay.
Okay. Um, yeah, they'll go over and there's like, I mean, there are full like huge sewing kits basically down to just little like you can fit this little kit in your pocket. It's some thread, some needles, and a small pair of scissors. At the most, the
Okay.
smallest.
Right.
It doesn't have any patches or anything in it. You would have
Right.
to. The next level one would have like patches, several different threads, several different needles, and a couple, two or three different sizes of scissors.
I'll do that one.
Okay, that
Well, depending on the price of that.
he said that this is one gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if I wanted like a pair of buttons and like a little small amount of fabric, what would that set me back, do you think?
Well, it depends on the fabric and how much of the fabric you want, and he'll show you. It's like, and he kind of puffs up and he's like, the silk here is made in house.
I don't know if this, unfortunately, wait, you guys make silky?
Yes, we do. And you'll notice, like, when you walked up, there was, like, the big store, but then there was another pretty large building behind it. He's like, yes, I grow and maintain a healthy supply of silkworms. So this is all
Cool.
made in house here. We're very proud of it.
I can imagine.
Yes. So, uh, and he's like, "What's your budget? And more, probably more specifically, what's your intended use?"
I'm thinking of starting a series of small stuffed toys
Okay.
for yeah.
He'll say, "Well, okay. You'll probably the silk probably
I was
probably
I
a
was
little."
thinking it's a
And
little stiffer for what I'm
are
using it
you are
for.
you experienced with sewing? Are you
I can do a straight stitch, yeah.
okay? I would suggest, and he'll go and get like there's like burlap and some pretty basic stuff. He'll like no, not that, and he'll get some like he'll say how about some wool. Now some people like the texture of wool. Some find it scratchy. Or would you like some cotton maybe? People seem to like if texture's an issue, I would say go with cotton.
Um, the intended receiver of these presents, I'm not sure, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with cotton.
Good call. If it's something that's going to be held a lot, I'd say cotton would be a good idea. And
Yeah,
he'll say, okay, and he'll pull out a bolt. And usually bolts are like, they're 4 feet.
yeah.
They're 4 feet tall. So it's 4 by however much you want. So,
At the moment, I just need a beige and a brown, so
okay,
like a darker brown.
yeah, whatever color you want, he's got it. Or
Mhm.
he says, or if you need something, I can get it dyed. Or if there's anything else you need, like any other equipment, if we don't have it here, I can order it.
I think for now I'll just go with the sewing kit, and then I don't know how much your smallest amount is. I'm hoping to make something about the size of the palm of the hand, so really small.
Just one. You're going to make one thing about the size of your hand.
Yeah, just to start with. I might come back later.
You'll go, okay, and you're going to be using two colors. So he'll
Mhm.
say, it's always going to be, 4 feet. So he'll say, how about a foot of each,
Okay.
and we'll say 5 silver per color.
Okay.
So that'll
And
be,
do you have pink thread?
yes, absolutely. And he'll walk you over, and yeah, there are whatever color you want. It's there.
Okay. Cool.
He
So I'll
will
have
say, do you want a full spool, or do you want your own?
yeah, full spool will be fine.
Okay, full spools are especially that pink. That'll be
Uh-huh.
a gold by itself, but that should
That's
be
fine.
that should last you. That's like 100 yards of
Yeah.
yeah. If it's a
So
full spool.
because I imagine that there's a spool of black in the sewing
Yeah,
kit,
yeah,
right?
it's black.
Yeah.
You have
So
black and white, just
black and
little
white, and
ones.
then the pink. Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll take the spool of pink thread. I'll take the 1 foot of beige, 1 foot of brown.
Okay.
I'll take the sewing kit, and then I just need 2 black buttons.
Do, do you style a button? 3 hole, four? Do you?
4 holes should be fine. Yeah.
How many do you need?
2.
And
Dose.
he'll say, ice.
Yes.
He'll go, okay. Hold on. It's like, and he'll go over and he's like, just they're like bins, like
Mhm.
not for sale. He like goes in the back and he brings out like just a bucket and he's like, let's see here. It's like, and he's like, he's kind of like, he's putting them on his hand, and he's like,
Mhm.
no, those are too big, too big. He's like, and he's trying to find two, and he's like, okay, well these are rounded. What do you think? And he'll have two, but they're
Mm-hmm.
not flat. They're like rounded.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And he'll say, you know what? I'll go and throw these in. This is fine. These
Okay.
are. He's like, this is our leftover, and it is. It's like it's literally just a bunch of random buttons that clearly there were too many or they fell off or something. But like
Okay.
it took him a lot. And like you'll notice, the two he picked aren't actually. They're close, but they're not actually matching.
That's that's actually more than okay with him.
Yeah, so he did his best to get it. He's like, yeah, I'll throw those in, and then with the other things, that'll be 3 gold. Was there anything else you needed?
That's all for now. That's
Okay,
everything I need.
all right.
Aji, was there anything that you wanted to get that was not something we weren't allowed to have?
Question.
Yes,
You said there wasn't that much out, but you also mentioned seeing a lot of silk.
yeah. There's a lot of silk here, and as he described, you know why now because he
Yes, I was
yeah
wondering, is that stuff out on display or like
the material is out on display. The worms themselves, no.
okay. Yeah, Aji's just busy touching all the silk. Um
The
All right.
oils from your hands.
Yeah, he's the the owner says he's like he's eyeing you, but you're not doing any
Yeah,
damage or anything. But
yeah, you're
no,
already on a watch list, Aji.
I'm doing the thing, like the like, oh, nice texture stimming thing. Um,
all right,
Oh yeah.
and he'll
I
say,
just want to see you running up and down aisles, just all the
uh-huh.
"No,
boys.
no, he would not. He would not allow that."
Oh no, not like knocking them down. It's just the sound of running next to them
Oh,
is kind of like when you go with a stick on like a fence. It's fun. I've been to so many fabric stores.
he
I
would
love fabric
actually
stores.
also say, "Oh, by the way, I am Feldmore Bissett the Third at your service."
Feldmore, Feldmore, what the third?
Bissett.
Beset. Okay, Feldmore Beset.
And me and my family run this establishment.
Does does doing silkworms, the keeping them, raising them, is that like a family thing or?
Oh, it is now. It's a personal hobby of mine that I've enjoyed, and I'm hoping that my children will continue the tradition.
Exciting.
All right, and he'll go and bag up. He'll put all your stuff in a nice little. He'll wrap it around all around the cloth and say, "There you go," and that was 3 gold.
Yep. And I will pay the man.
All right, and he'll say again, if you need anything ordered, we can do that as well.
This should be all good for now. So,
Excellent.
but thank
And
you so much.
yeah, he will look around and he'll say, "You see him? He's got a counter, and they're these weird. They look. He grabs out of a rack. It's about a foot wide, a rod, and then there's cloth coming off of it, and he kind of sets it on this little table, and he writes down. He writes down, and then he picks it up, and touches the end of the rod and says, "Refill 1 pink spool thread, please, and let's go." And you look, and that's what he's written on it as well. And
Right.
he rolls it up and then puts it into a separate folder. And then this teenage girl comes cruising by, grabs it, and then flips it open, kind of looks at it, and then hits a button and holds it up to her ear, and then goes, nods, and continues on.
Interesting.
And then she like runs in the back, out of sight. And
Cool.
then a couple minutes later, she comes up, puts a refills the pink one, and then takes the thing and throws it into this just bin in the corner. And you can see there's a bunch of others in there.
Interesting. What do you? I mean, that seems like. Do you guys do anything with like the scraps, or is it just?
Oh, we reuse it. It's our record keeping, and um, it it's a it's a permanent version of Magic Mouth. We record what we write down.
Sweet.
Just basically, if our handwriting isn't that clear, we also um, record what is written there in case there's any confusion. And then we just, when we're done, we bleach them. They go blank again, and we reuse them.
I haven't decided yet. But what would a foot of silk cost me?
That would be 10 gold minimum.
Gotcha. Okay. You don't by any chance have any scraps, would you? Like from a project or you guys doing your sewing? I don't know how well you're able to recycle what the cutoffs of projects or something.
We try to reuse as much as we can in any way we can. So any scraps would be like threads almost.
Okay.
I mean, making silk is extremely difficult. So
I thought so. It occurred to me that so since Aji is busy, I'm gonna sort of lean in and whisper.
uh-huh.
Be like, the toy is for them.
Oh, I see.
And since they like the texture, maybe putting like a little heart on the belly or something occurred to me. So it's totally fine. I was just thinking if you had like maybe like an inch and a half by an inch and a half square or something.
How about you come see me in a day or two, and I'll see what scraps, if any, we can come up with. If it will keep him from, or wait, sorry, them. I don't know
Them.
what form. I forgot what form you're in right now. So them, if it'll prevent them from
Touching everything?
Yes, I was trying to think of a civil way of
We've-
saying.
We've been fighting it for days. It's
Okay.
okay. I understand.
I'll see what I can do. And
Yeah.
when he was, hold on, what is the passive? What are your passive perceptions?
Mine
Not
is
very good.
11.
Okay, I think. I'd say with the 11, you like when he was telling you about the rods and notes.
Mm-hmm.
There might have been something else. It was like he was about to say something, but just decided not to. That was it.
Okay.
Okay then, and yeah, we will keep an eye out and we'll try.
Red or pink, just
Haji, what
in
are you
case it-
doing? Sorry,
What?
there's an Aji
Yeah.
who was out, a token that was out.
Oh
in the
no!
middle of
Wait,
nowhere.
what?
He was up here.
That actually might be my fault.
Okay.
Because Aji's not in game right now, so I went to
Alright.
go look at their passive just real quick.
Oh, okay.
I'm in game, but I'm not looking at that right now.
Right, yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of that one.
Okay. Sorry, that was me.
Alright. Okay.
Also, we have the same passive, so.
Yeah.
But Aji's
so-
also really distracted, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just he was describing what they were, what they're for and how they're used, and he was like, "Is there anything else?" And it just,
For me, no. Aji, are you ready to stop touching everything?
Sure.
Cool.
All right.
I think we'll come and I'll come and see you later.
Yeah,
That's all good.
give us a day or two, and we'll see what we
Thank
can
you.
come up with.
And I'm happy to pay for it too. Just
Oh, yeah, and I'm happy for you to pay for it too.
well, just I mean, because he gave me the buttons
Yeah,
for just extra. So, all
yeah.
right.
He's a
So
very jovial salesperson kind of guy. Yeah, but he doesn't.
he's
He seems pretty honest about it though.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
All right.
Um, so as we leave the clothiers,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
so House of the Binder, or do you want to go hang out with the temple people, or do we want to go talk to the horses?
Or there's irony is waiting for you.
Yeah, or we could get to work. It's I'm mostly just hoping that we're gonna have a an Orin here soon. So
Oh, I changed to look like Orin.
that's
We
not.
we should get to work.
We're getting to work. Okay.
All right. So you head to the pillars of pedagogy, pedagogy, pedagogy.
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 All right.
Pedagogy.
All right. So you guys head up there,
That's
and
amazing.
uh, you see irony waiting.
It's
Um,
pedagogy.
pedagogy,
Yeah.
hard then soft G.
Pagoogie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys step in, and he'll look around and say, "Is Oren not joining us?"
I think we tired him
Hello.
out a little bit yesterday.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Let's. We have a room for you, and they go. He specifically goes the opposite direction that you guys went before, because your guys' previous room is still it's fully locked down right now.
Yep.
So he'll go into find another room for you, and this one it's actually nicer than the last one. It's like 20 feet by 20 feet. There are two really big tables. Um, and he's like, okay, I got you. Still don't know exactly. These books are more to try and maybe narrow down your search. And he's got like 10 books. He's like,
Hmm.
and if you wish, I can assist you since you are my only responsibilities now.
Thank you.
Oh, it was nice. I took a nap while you guys were coming here. So yeah, I'm fine. This is great.
Yeah, we went shopping just for a little bit.
Oh, you met Mr. Bissett.
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
He's an interesting situation over there because I mean the second that anything is off of the shelf or whatever, it's just immediately put back. It's kind of I don't understand why he doesn't just bring up the stuff that like because
Oh,
it goes back on the shelf immediately. Why don't they just all grab it from wherever they're keeping it and then bring it out, and then the shelves stay looking stocked, I guess.
I I wouldn't know. I don't question his operation of his own store.
Oh, I'm not. I find it fascinating. I just, in my mind, it seems like an organizational interesting facet to his personality. Is that we got to keep the
Daughter.
shelves stocked, but we won't take things from where the stock is outside of the shelves and then just bring it. It's kind of cool.
Irony and I am confused, but okay.
Okay,
So
tidbit. So
Yeah.
because he's taking everything off the shelves, right? There's missing things on the shelves, which he wrote, put, the pink spool, right?
Yeah, restock
So
it.
then it immediately got restocked.
Just because he pulled the last one out.
Oh, okay. See, that was missing
Sorry.
from the description.
Sorry.
So my brain was like, oh, so he's just one thing gets taken off
No, it
and he
was
just immediately has it put
no.
back on.
It
That's fine.
was he had taken the last one, and then she had come through and restocked it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's what it
That
was.
that
My
was why I
apologies.
was finding it
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
And he would say, "Oh, okay. They they do
He's
good
he's
work."
just an interesting sort of fella. I mean, I think everybody here is pretty interesting. I mean, you've got an ogre. They've got a permanent Mordenkainen's mansion hanging
That
out.
that was a recent discovery. To be fair, we didn't know
No,
about
no,
that.
but it's interesting. You
Yes,
can't
very.
disagree that it's
No,
interesting.
not at all. A permanent? Are you kidding me?
Very interesting.
Now,
uh,
books.
okay,
We
so
have books.
he said, I've got a few that might or might not help. Say, I've got one recent that it's new to us. We haven't had this copy, but I don't think it really, and he'll hold it up and we'll say, this is Mazfrost's Mighty Digressions. There is a section here on lycanthropy and moon cycles. I don't know how close that'll be but it's here just in case. And then he'll start pulling all of them out and it's like so. I'll take. He splits it into 3 stacks and he'll say, "I'll take the one with 3." Or actually, no. He goes. He'll split it in half and he'll take one of the books and go. And he'll go, okay. And he'll sit down and start reading. And so you guys have a stack of 9 books there.
Right. So we have bugs, moon cycles, and curses
Mm-hmm.
is mostly what we have to go on right now.
Yeah. All right. So. Let's see. Each of you roll a d10.
Just a D10, no modifiers of
Just
any
a
kind.
straight d10.
Mm,
All right. Okay. So, as you guys are going through, and I'm going to say this was the morning, and you have this room until you decide you don't want it anymore. Another little please be cool about the whole you dying in our place thing.
Yeah. It's all good.
So yeah, so nobody is coming to knock on the door. He is actually there helping, and he's just flipping through, and occasionally he's kind of writing some notes, just basically like he'll get to a page, he'll write a note, reference the page, and then after each book, he puts his notes in with the book. Basically, it's saying there's something on this page that might be, but he doesn't know exactly what you're looking for. So he's just kind of scanning through, and maybe this might help. So he'll pass you the book when he's done, and it's just got page numbers and stuff. Aji,
yes.
as you're going through books, you grab. Oh, it's that one, that Mazforce Mighty Digressions. It's called. It's written in gold lettering. It's very beautiful on the outside, in the seam. You open it up.
That sounds like a book that should be in Aji's hands.
The title page. This is a rare book.
Yeah.
And yeah, Irony sees it. He's like, yeah, we had somebody just a couple days ago. That was their entry. Yeah. And so you open it up.
Are they still here?
He's like, probably. I mean, it was only a couple days ago, unless they got what they needed really fast. But yeah, no, I usually people use up their full 10 day when they're here. So I would assume he's here.
If
Um,
we find something useful, do you think we could find them?
oh yeah, we keep track of all deposits and who deposited them and when.
And I imagine who comes and goes and when.
Oh yeah, at the gatehouse, we track all entry and exits.
Okay.
Um, but like when you the title page is also very neatly written, perfectly. But then when you get to the actual book, it's somebody with incredibly horrible handwriting and just almost chicken scratch. And then you notice, like, when you open it up, it's like the pages don't match. Okay, it was like a 10-page book, and then they added some more pages and added some more pages, and the binding looks like it might be coming apart. And as you're reading it, it's just a bunch of weird tangents on a bunch of different stuff. It's like
I'm
it's
starting to think I really don't want to meet this person.
yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
it's really hard to kind of follow a lot of it. Like you'll be reading it, and then it's just like, wait, what was I just reading? And you have to go back because it goes off, and it's like run-on sentences, grammar, punctuation are used sparingly. But you get to a part where it says lunar cycles and eclipses of indeterminate nature should be read upon in food, need to feed, hungry, 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 and it's getting
That's
brighter. And then um, the book, you're not reading, you're hearing it audibly now. Hunger, hungry, need to eat, need to eat. And with that,
No! Not again! No!
relax.
Betrayal!
Wow, everybody, it's okay. It's okay.
it always happens to me.
We're traumatized from the books trying to murder us.
All right, you know what? We'll do this. We're just gonna do
Irony's
this
like,
old
why does
school.
disaster follow you wherever you go?
All right, you know what? We're gonna do this theater of the mind, old school.
Okay.
All right, so everybody, give me a initiative roll.
God damn it. Okay.
Hold on, I was just there.
Oh, should we still be clicking tokens
Nah,
beforehand?
not for
Because
this.
we have tokens on this screen.
Well, hold on. No, just go ahead and roll.
Okay. Open sesame. Bonk. Go Ozzy for the initiative.
Okay. And I'm gonna roll
good luck.
this secret. Hopefully it's secret. Okay. Wow. All right. So we got. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I gotta bring Irony in here.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, just a moment. Where is he? Where is he? Hold on. Okay. But he needs to roll, so he is going to roll. Oof. Oof. And all right, so Aji.
Hmm.
Hold on. Okay. You, as you're holding this book, it starts to glow and then float in the air. And it turns into a 3 foot diameter sphere of luminous ectoplasm. And it
You
is.
have haunted books in this library, Irony?
Okay, so it attacks you for. Or I'm going to say it has advantage because
What? You're so mean.
you didn't know you're reading the book holding it. And so it drains energy from you.
Hungry, hungry, chomp, chomp.
You take 17 necrotic damage,
Fuck.
Uh,
and
uh,
I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw. Oop, combat music. Hold on, I gotta change it here. Gotta change it.
no, no,
All right.
no, no, no,
Oh,
no, no, no.
No.
you take
No.
1 level of exhaustion as well.
God damn it.
At this point, Irony, reading a book, was taking his notes. Was like, "What the?" It's like, "Oh fuck, not again!"
Why is everything trying to kill us?
Or no,
What do you mean again?
he would say, "Not another one." And
What?
Aji, it is your turn.
Oh, give me a second. I'm not. Um,
And I'm going to say you're in melee range with this. I'll say Calcanum and Irony were at the opposite end of the tables, so they're not in melee range.
I'm in melee.
Yes, you are. Sorry,
Okay,
you guys didn't
and
hear it.
I have.
Just to be clear, you didn't hear it out loud. You all heard that in your head. The hungry,
Yes.
hungry, need to eat, hungry.
You like metal? I would like to try to stab it.
Okay.
Um, with my dagger.
Dagger. Okay.
No, rapier. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
said the wrong thing. Um, yeah,
Go ahead.
and I would like to try to have my um psychic blade thing added to that.
Your what?
Okay. Oh, okay. I can use one of my bardic inspirations. I think
Okay.
is this. Oh, this is when I. Okay, I can wait until
You
I
should
hit
just put
to see
that
if
in
I win.
chat, bud.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have not
That's okay.
done this before. New thing. Um. Okay.
Okay.
Man.
You that hit when it hit you, and you're just reading a book, and the book is now sucking the life out of you. So
Yeah.
you pull out your blade, but you are unable to stab it. So that's
Okay.
your action
Yes.
as it floats out of the way.
Hmm. Okay. I'm just gonna set my like put the point of my rapier on the floor and then like rest my chin on
Oh,
it
okay.
and like kind of glare at it a little bit, but sort of really sleepily. Um,
All right.
and then I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay.
Oh,
Cal-
because you look like Orin right now, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
yeah. Okay.
Oh,
If that's it for you, Aji, Calcanum, you're up.
shit. I'm gonna.
I'm gonna say you're 15 feet away.
I'm gonna hit my right, so I'm gonna put cold damage on this bish.
Okay.
Which means I also have to take a D4.
Oof.
Of course, I would take 4. It's me. Um,
No.
yep. It's welcome to life. And then I'm gonna try and swing it.
Okay, so you're
Ooh.
moving into melee range.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it bobs out of the way and it misses.
Damn it. And now I'm in melee range with it. Okay.
Yeah, the whole room is lit up with this weird greenish glow now from it.
With my communication, I'm literally gonna go. I'm sorry. Did you have books that eat people here? To irony.
Okay. All right, and then is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right.
Do we have a turn counter?
I'm keeping track of it.
Okay. Then yes, that's the end of my turn.
All right. So the book has you two. Both of you missed it.
Yep.
It already got a taste of one of you.
Come
So
at me, bitch! Come
wasn't
at me,
it? What?
bitch!
Do you actually say that?
No, because I already said that to irony. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but if I
I'll
can
allow
say
it.
that, I will.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
All right.
Come at me, bitch!
So,
Especially if it like turns and like looks at me with its open face.
well, it's just a sphere now of
Oh, just a
floating,
sphere?
yeah,
Okay.
glowing ectoplasm. And so,
Okay.
yeah, it like you say that, and it does like do a quarter turn, and then it will attack you.
You goopy fuck.
19 hit.
Yeah.
That hits.
Okay. You take 19 necrotic damage,
Mm.
and you need to give me a con save.
Con save. Con save.
You also take 1 point of exhaustion. And that is its turn. Now, irony. Let's see here. He's gonna run up and put his hand on it and cast Shocking Grasp.
Go, irony! Go, irony! Go!
So let's see here.
Kill it,
No.
kill it, kill
As
it.
yeah, he runs up. You both have just the life pulled out of you, and he runs up and without his arm isn't in a sling anymore, but you see him reach out and just like wince horribly, like, oh, we forgot that's his hand. but he grabs
Oh,
onto
that's the
this
bad
thing.
hand.
Yeah, he grabs onto it, and you see lightning just surround this thing. And he does 2d8 damage.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Mm.
All money, no whammies.
Oh. Okay, wow. I was not aware of this. I don't know if this is special to him, but and he'll say, "Run, move. It can't react."
Cool.
And it'll take it. Oh, it takes 4 damage. Okay. And then he'll step back and he'll like grab his arm because that was the arm that his casting arm is the one that was hurt.
Hurt.
So that's why he didn't do as much damage on that one. Okay, so that's and he does that, and then he's gonna back up 10 feet, or like no, he's up against the wall, and he told you to get away from it.
Yep. Yep.
So,
He said run. Are we?
well, he said get away from it.
Okay. Cool.
Or if you and the door's not locked or anything, but you guys are the door's behind you. There's this thing, and then Irony is on the opposite side. So basically, yes, he has told you to. He did say run. It
Okay.
can't react. But this thing is between him and the door, and he's backed up away from the door and you guys to just try and get room.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Aji, it is back to you. Your turn.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And there's still a little bit of it's kind of twitching around with a little bit of electricity on it still. It's kind of stunned.
This isn't a creature, is it?
You don't know. Give me. Well,
I wouldn't think so.
you can give me an animal handling or an arcana. One. It's something. If it's not a
for
creature
free,
and
or-
you do, here's the thing. You need to decide arcana or animal handling. If it's a creature, arcana won't help you. It'll just be a fail. So one, you have to pick which one you think it is, and then the other you have to roll on it to see what you know about it.
This thing is made of goo.
I don't want to use my action or anything on this, though.
No. This I'm not. Yeah, I'm saying you can do this.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm better at Arcana, but
But remember, if you choose Arcana, and if it is in fact a creature, you
can I
automatically.
make an argument though?
Sure.
Because
Please.
if I use Arcana, I'm trying to decipher whether this thing would fall under the purview of being affected by my spells. So it's
Here
related to
on
my magic.
D&D lawyers. D&D courtroom right now.
Well, it's up to you. Which, based on the description, floating ball of ectoplasm. You need to
I'm
decide.
doubting it.
Well, you need to decide. How about this? Pick one of them. The DC will be either higher or lower depending on what it actually is. How's that?
Keep in mind that also it just got affected by Irony's spells. So
Oh, true.
Because you were, I
What?
mean, you and I were both there. We just witnessed that. So
Yeah.
that was the most sarcastic "yeah" I think I've ever heard in my life.
No. So I could probably guess then that if that magic is working on it, I probably would be able to, right?
Yeah, you saw him physically hit it with the melee spell.
Okay.
And it can't react, so you can back up
Yeah,
before you do whatever you're gonna do.
yeah.
Also,
This thing is floating in front of you, and the door out is behind you.
yeah.
Got it. So I can back away if I want to. I'm
Yeah,
good. Um,
absolutely.
I I'm going to take a little bit of a step back at least, and then I would like to um
Can you clarify how many feet that is, Aji?
I'd say the door is. You would have to go 15 feet to be outside the door, 10 feet to be right in front of it.
Okay.
let's say I've backed up like 10 feet, and as I
Okay.
go, I'm just sort of whispering under my breath, um, and I'm casting dissonant whispers.
Okay. All right. Is that a save or? I think it's
It's
save,
a,
right?
Wisdom saving
I think
throw.
it's a save. Yeah.
Okay. 13.
That is my DC.
So it does save. Wait, is that a cantrip or
No.
does it take half damage?
Mm, half as much damage,
Okay,
but it
so
also doesn't have to move.
okay. Well,
I
so
don't think we want it running towards irony right now.
Well, I wanted to move past Iron.
Irony's up against the wall.
Ah,
Yeah.
never mind.
Hey, someone is here.
Hello.
So that would be a
We've
3
gotten ourselves into a predicament again.
Hello.
Whoa!
7 damage.
Hi.
It does 3d6 damage.
Yes.
Dang! And what type of damage is it? It's psychic,
Psychic.
right?
Hmm.
All right. So
We're fighting ectoplasm.
okay, hold on. I'm doing math here.
We were trying to be good boys. We did go to work, and things are trying to eat us again.
I went to work as you.
Okay. Oh, this is good. This is good. Um. Oren. Uh.
Mm.
Help!
Roll initiative. We're doing theater of the mind right now. I just need you to don't worry about hitting your token or anything. Just roll initiative, and I'll put you in the initiative order here.
1 second.
Okay. Okay.
Wow, that was terrible.
Woo! I mean, it makes sense. You're coming late, so
All right.
technically,
Okay. This is good. This is good.
Sorry.
So, okay, Aji, you notice it it does take damage, and it seemed to be able to resist most of it, but it does take damage from your spell.
Okay.
okay, so it doesn't take psychic damage.
Yeah, I thought that could be a risk.
Okay.
Oh,
Are you gonna stay in the room? The door is closed, by the way. But
not locked, but
I'm going
closed.
to.
yeah, it's an incidental to open it. I'm just letting you know right now. Vision. It's basically just vision. You can't see out. The door is closed.
Okay, I'm going to open the door and
Okay.
slip out onto the other side, but just stay there on the other side.
Okay. So I'm saying you're fully outside, but you're just kind of poking your head around the corner.
yeah, I am making myself such that I don't have like the big ball of ugly energy can't see me. At
Okay,
least not
well,
directly. I know I'm not like hiding, but
yeah. Sure, you hide behind the door in the hopes that the thing without eyes doesn't see you.
I mean it's more
Ooh,
of like a line of sight sort of thing for like getting attacked.
Okay,
Not that I don't think it knows I'm there.
okay.
wait a minute. When you said hide behind the door, I think I missed that part. Did he?
He went
He opened
outside.
the
Yeah,
door
he
and then
opened the
went
door and
behind
went
it.
out in the hall,
Got it.
but is like just kind of trying to be out of line of sight.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
Day went outside.
they. I'm sorry. Thank you. Is that the end
That's
of your
Well,
turn, Ozzy?
I am like Orin right now,
Oh,
so
right.
fair enough.
So, as you pop out of the hallway, you pop out. You're kind of looking down in the room, keeping an eye, and you look down the hall, and you see Oren kind of slowly, like cup of coffee, walking down, and he's like looking odd. He like kind of tips his head, like, "What the hell are you running out of the room for?" But he's like 30, 40 feet down still. He just kind of nods to
Orin
you.
the
knows
most
us though.
the
Like,
most boring book
I'm gonna
ever.
see Audrey and just turn around and go the other way.
All right.
leave.
Yeah.
Orin's like, I'm not about it today.
Nope.
Yeah, you see him just run out, and he's like, he's looking rough. He like looks at you. It's like skin is sallow, and his eyes are like sunken. He's like,
You just woke up to meet your zombie, Orin.
Like, what the hell have you two done
but it's not your turn
Already.
yet.
already?
Calcutta,
The most boring book. The most
Yes.
your turn. What do you do?
So since the door is open, I'm gonna move the 10 feet to be in front of it.
Okay.
And because I have not seen the fact that our
Yep.
friend is coming or was coming towards us down the hallway,
This looks like more shenanigans. I don't know.
yeah, this is shenanigans for sure. I'm going to yell really loudly down the hallway. Guards! Help! Danger! Because I
Okay.
don't fucking know what this thing is.
All right.
So that's my communication
Cool. All right.
and half of my movement.
Oh yeah, because yeah, that's right. But it's still just kind of it's still twitching a little, and little arcs of electricity are still kind of going around it. It's clearly wanting to do something, but it can't.
Yes. Hold on. I need to read something real quick.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. So then it'll be the book, then irony, and then Orin.
Oh.
Oh.
Can I do this as a... Hold on. I can do these as bonus actions.
All right.
I'm gonna consume... Since I'm now part of an order,
Right.
I'm gonna consume potency.
Yeah, you got your Witcher potions.
Yep.
Ah!
Oh my
Ah! We fell.
Hi guys, you're okay. Yes. So I'm gonna consume potency,
Okay.
which is strength increased by 3.
Do you use?
Uh,
Oh, longsword is strength based. Never mind.
Yes.
So yeah,
So
that'll.
I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in chat real
Okay.
quick.
By 3.
Mhm.
So wait, your strength score increases by 3, as does your maximum for that score. Huh?
Yes.
However, you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Yes. For right now.
Okay, so
Um.
so for now, it's going to be weird, but keep in mind, just change your strength value to 3, or actually, no, we can set up modifiers for that, or I'll do that after here. Hold on. But
Yeah.
for now, just add 3 to your
To my attack, right?
no to your strength score. So what's your strength
Okay.
right now?
-1.
-1.
8.
So this will bump it
Yeah.
up
To
this
11.
to 11. So it'll just be
1.
straight. No, 1. Yeah. No wait.
1.
Doesn't it have to be 12. It's on the evens,
No?
right?
Yeah.
Oh, shite.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 11 still just brings it to 0. So
Okay.
you just basically go ahead and do all your stuff, and we'll just I'll make a modifier on your
That's
character
fine.
sheet later. But for now, just go ahead and do your normal attacks and everything, and we'll add the new modifier.
Yeah, it actually modded my longsword in the meantime because
Mm-hmm.
it uses the strength
Right.
automatically. So
Okay.
since I shouted that, that's my bonus action
Mhm.
is to consume potency. I used half of my movement. I'm gonna use the other half of my movement to get back in melee range with it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna swing again if I
Okay.
can
Yeah. Go ahead.
for my action.
Yep.
Since we're allowed to spice things up like that.
Yeah.
Fuck!
You're a little jittery. You haven't tried these potions before, and like
Yeah,
you
and I
did-
didn't tell anybody that I went through what it takes to become a blood hunter like that either. So I'm just like, ha!
So you know you've made it correctly. It's just you never tried it, and you just slam it, and it's like you were not expecting that. And unfortunately, this thing, while it can't attack, it can dodge out of the way still, and it does manage to dodge out of the way. Wait, hold on,
Okay.
hold on. Let me check something. Oh yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. That's way below. It's yeah. Sorry. No, it doesn't. It bobs out of the way. How long does the formula last? Just
Mutagens last. I need to get to that part. Mutagens are designed for the specific biology. While one or more mutagens are affecting you, you can use an action to focus and flush them all out.
so basically it's
So it takes an action for me to get rid of it.
yeah, but how long does it last? If you don't.
It
I
takes
think
an
until
action
it's
for me to get rid of it.
Oh, so it's you have
Yeah.
it until then. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
I can see.
that's why it has a downside. So you
Okay.
you want to flush it so you can get rid of the downside.
Got it. Okay. So unfortunately, you swing and you miss. And I'm gonna say you could have done that. I'm gonna say you have movement still because you said you stood there, you ran over, you yelled, and then ran back and attacked it. I'm gonna say you could have yelled from in the room, or you could have
No,
been
I wanted
there.
it. I wanted to specifically be at the door so that it could get as far as possible
Okay.
with hearing it. Yep.
All right. So you are in fact you're not in melee with it right now. You're at the door.
No, but then I ran back to it to hit it, or attempt to hit it.
I'm gonna say you have at least 5 feet to get away from it at least.
Sure.
So yeah,
So I'll move 5 feet out of melee range after I attempt to hit it
Yeah.
and miss.
and then you're basically you're in between. You're not at the door. You're in between. So it's the door, 5 feet. You 5 feet. It, and then like 15 feet to irony.
Irony.
So
Yep.
basically, it's kind of a line you guys have got going now.
Yeah,
Okay.
and since I have this thing and it's new and it's potent and I'm feeling all like buff now.
Yeah, you're
even
all
though
juiced
I
up.
just got rid. Oh yeah. I just like I have like this vein like right at the side of my head that's just pounding
Yeah.
all of
Or
a sudden,
on
and
your
I'm
neck.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm just like bouncing around for a second.
You're like,
And
yeah,
that's my
man!"
turn.
All
Oh
right.
yeah.
Okay, so the book, the lightning comes off of it, and you all hear in your head, hungry, hungry.
Does Orin hear it too?
Um, I would say, Oren, you do, but it's that weird like. Yeah, I guess I am hungry. I guess I could have had a little more breakfast. It's kind of a.
Hmm.
It's not really a voice speaking in your head. It's far enough away that you're just like hungry, hungry. Yeah, I guess I could.
Oren woke up late, so he didn't get complimentary breakfast.
Well, no, you guys all. You know. No, he didn't. He didn't wake up for breakfast time.
He didn't wake
That's
up for
true.
breakfast time.
He got coffee. Okay, so unfortunately, there's only one thing that's caused it harm, and it's that way. The tasty things are the other way. So it's going to go to the tasty things that that don't seem to be able to touch it. So
Come on, I'm not afraid to die.
yeah, you're juiced up and ready to go. Yeah, and you're closer. So it's going to come up to you, and it's going to try to drain you. With the 7, it tries like a tendril slowly comes out towards you, Calcanum. But you're jazzed. You're like, oh yeah, bring it on. You're ducking and moving.
What?
Like, come on. And it's like confused, and it's still kind of jittery from the electric shock. So it misses you. And then,
Dude, Irony must think that I have gone insane.
yeah, this emo homeless. Bring it on, man! Suddenly he's all
yeah.
roid dude. Okay, Irony is going to go. Well, that seemed to work. And I'll try it with the other arm, and he'll run up and he's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna try and shock and grasp the thing. And then he's going to think about this and go, oh no.
No!
He goes like, okay, can't use his normal casting hand. So he's like, okay, I got to do it with the other hand. And he goes to cast it and just bloop, right into it.
Oh, no, hand in a cow pie. Ugh.
And he's like, and he's going to go, okay, not that way, out. Coming through. And he's like, excuse me, coming through. And it is going to attempt to hit him.
No.
And
yeah,
it reaches out, but it's close. It is super close. As he just goes, yeah! It comes bolting out of the hall and like completely hits the wall and sees Oren coming. And he's like, wait, what? I thought, oh, Aji, god damn it.
Are the guards coming too since I yelled?
You just yelled, so nothing yet.
Okay, cool.
And Irony's gonna run out and say, get out here, close the door, get out here and close the door. So he's out. So Oren, you saw Aji bolt out. You heard Calcettum yell for guards, and then you see Irony running out saying, get out here, close the door. What do you do as you've got your cup of coffee?
What the hell is even going on right now? Where is Cal? What is happening? And why are you unsupervised?
Technically, Irony
I
is
suppose
there.
Irony is there.
But he's running like hell, too.
Irony is 15. Irony's younger than both of us. We're unsupervised.
Walked down here with my cup of coffee and I'm already rubbing my temples like, what the fuck, you guys? I can't even. It's.
This is what happens when you don't wake up on time.
And Aji looks horrible. He's
Alright.
like leaning. Okay, you took a big hit, man.
I know.
And you have a level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to see me right now.
Well, that's
We
just it. They
did-
can't.
We did a rest, correct?
Yes, you did get a long rest.
Okay. Then I am going to cast Healing Word on Aji.
Okay. What do you say?
Um, here's your band-aids, your daily allotment of band-aids.
All right.
Don't need any more for the rest of the day, or you're gonna be sad.
Yeah, go ahead and you should be able to do that from your character sheet.
1d4 plus spellcasting modifier.
Yep.
Where's it? There we go.
Wow. 7. Good job.
Hell yeah!
Max heal there. Nice. And that's
Yeah, I'm refreshed. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I feel like I got a good night's sleep. So,
and that was just a bonus action.
yeah.
So I'll say it would take your movement to get to the door and be able to look in.
Okay, I'm just where's Cal?
Communication.
Yeah,
Well-
that's my words.
And Irony and Aji, if you want, they can both. Irony points inside the room.
Yeah. I was pointing.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I can do for you, buddy.
Swirling coffee, just.
Yeah, just like I don't even understand. Here's your band-aids, Aji. I don't know what's going on.
Evil, boring book.
Evil, boring book. More library stuff. You guys know better. You know better.
So do you?
Talked about this. No touching.
We went shopping before this to try and give you time to get here. I'm not there.
Are you using your movement to get closer, or are you just keeping 30 feet away?
Yeah, I'll get a bit closer.
Well, I'll say you can get like the hallway's pretty wide too, so it's about at least 10 feet wide. You get up to the room and you look inside and you see Calkenum looking really rough, looking way worse than Aji.
Oh yeah, I'm shaking. Like my
And-
sword's doing a little.
Oh yeah, they're jittery as hell, but they're like, "Come on, bro, come on!"
Oh yeah, my tail is flicking
Yeah.
back and forth, just like super fast.
But also, you see a 3-foot sphere of floating ectoplasm, this green light, and in your head, you're hearing, "So hungry, need to eat, hungry, feed." And you see Calcanum is like just in front of the door. They would just need to step like 10 feet back and they'd be in the hallway. So you have an action. Or if you need anything else described, like the room you guys were in is 20 feet by 20 feet, and it has 2 big tables, like study tables, and there's like 10 books, well 9 books, kind of spread around now since this thing happened.
8 books and that one.
But yeah, is there anything else you wanted to do? Because yeah, you do have your action.
Okay. What?
I forgot to. Your steel defender. I forgot to make that for you. You have a steel defender.
Right. I am going to cast heroism
Oh. Oh.
on Calkinum.
Could you put that in chat for me? Because I have seen it many times, but I've never actually had somebody use it. Okay. A willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Well, they've already got that. The devil spell that hits the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns. Wow. Okay. So, so you cast that. So 1st, what is your modifier? 3? Is it?
Good question.
It'd be
Is that
intelligence.
it's intelligence?
For you, yeah, you're an artificer.
Spell attack bonus or
What's your intelligence modifier?
intelligence modifier 5?
Nope. That would
3?
require.
I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Let me open your. Sounds
Yeah.
like you're guessing now. So.
You know what? I came in late. I'm not ready for any of this. I'm
Okay.
sorry. It's been a day.
So it would be 3. Your intelligence modifier is the number above. So your intelligence is 16. So your modifier is 3. So,
Got
Calcana,
it.
you get 3 temporary hit points.
Oh yeah, that number that when you highlight it, it tells you what your intelligence mod is. Yeah, okay. I got it now.
Okay. So
On it.
Okay, you're concentrating on that.
We missed you, Emma.
Did you though?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Okay. So that's your action. I'm gonna say you're not blocking the door or anything.
No,
you're
I'm walking up, I'm throwing bandages at Aji, I'm telling Cal to get the fuck out of the room, but here's something that might help. I don't know
and
what is going on.
just for me, you've got the coffee cup the whole time. Just,
Yep.
you're
And not even
casting,
it doesn't
just
even spill.
sipping every once and taking a little sip once in a while.
Here's for you.
You also
here's
had to
for
touch
you.
me, which means that I'm just imagining that you just like pinched my
is it
tail.
touch? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say you like stepped in a little
Slap.
bit, went, there you go, big guy, tapped him on the back and stepped back and you got this, you're good.
This seems like something you can handle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
didn't see it, but you look in and they look effed up, but they've got like there's a vein like at their temple just bulging and they're like, yeah, thanks man. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna need to talk about this when you get out of that room. But okay,
All right.
I'm doing what I can, guys.
Okay,
I'm
so
doing what I can.
I think that's your bonus action, movement, and communication. So
Yeah, that's all of it. I did
Okay.
all the things.
so Aji, back to you.
Hmm?
It is your turn.
Uh, um, okay. So, I'm outside of the room, right?
Yes, you are. You're the only one in the
You're
room.
hiding behind the
Everyone
door
else
right now.
inside the room now?
Cal Kenham is 5 feet inside the room. That's it. Everybody else is out.
Okay.
Aji, if you close that door on me.
To be fair, I already was yelling, get out and close the door. He did say both.
I'm gonna open the door. Like, I'm gonna look through the crack of the door, and then I'm gonna throw my dagger. Yeah.
At the thing, right?
Yeah, thing.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. You throw it, and dead center. You hit it. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Also, I want to extend one of my Bardic Inspirations to have my Psychic Blade.
Right.
So that's another 2d6 psychic damage. Even though I know it's not super effective, but it's something.
No. Sorry. the psychic damage does full damage. It's just your spell, it saved against it. That's why it took half. Sorry.
Oh, I thought it was like extra. Okay,
No, no, no. So
sorry.
I'm sorry. That's
Misinterpreted
totally
that.
my fault. The way I realized the way I described it. No, it does take full damage from psychic. My apologies.
Okay,
It's saved.
good to know.
Yeah. So go ahead, and then your Day Yang.
Murder it! Murder
15
it! Murder
damage.
it!
That's 15.
It go okay. It's ectoplasm. You throw it, and you bullseye it, but it goes through it, and it almost like almost sags, and it barely holds itself together. But your dagger is now it's stuck in the wall behind. But it's no longer that perfect sphere. It's actually kind of it's like a balloon that doesn't have all the helium in it, kind of. It's kind of folding in on itself at points. It's looking pretty rough.
I think you should just go and take a nap yourself.
Need food. So hungry.
Eat
All right.
knife.
Okay.
Eat knife. Yes.
So, Audrey, that was your action. You have bonus and movement. Or wait, is your bardic inspiration, was that a bonus action, or do you just use it?
I'm not entirely sure, actually.
Well,
But
I think-
Bard Inspiration is supposed to be bonus, isn't it?
yeah, to
Your
give
normal
the,
inspiration would be a bonus action, but it just says that you expend one use of your bardic inspiration. And I
Okay.
don't know if that means that
Oh,
it's
how many
expend
do you have in your pool?
3.
3. So
3.
yeah, he's not. This is because he's College of Shadows, or yeah, it's
Whispers, College
the
of Whispers.
So yeah, he
Right.
can actually use it. So unless I'm
Right.
told otherwise, it
So-
seems like it's just consuming it.
So you've done that twice now, so you only have one bardic inspiration
No,
left
I've
to either.
I've done it once.
Wait,
No, because you did that earlier
first
too, didn't you?
attack.
No, I didn't.
No, that was just psychic damage. It did. It was a spell.
I was talking about it earlier, but I didn't hit
Yeah,
with the rapier.
Okay.
right.
Okay. Cool. Got it.
Okay, so yeah, we're good.
So
So
Yeah.
so
I send it. I throw my dagger, and I'm also like whispering words into it as it passes through.
okay, so
Um,
you do have a bonus action still, and
I
movement.
think I um. No, I'm just behind the door again.
Okay, no problem. Then Calcanum,
Excuse me.
your turn, and you are within melee, I believe. No,
Yes.
wait. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Remember, I thought you moved away.
Oh, right. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
I have plenty of movement to be able to do everything I want anyway.
Okay.
So,
What are we doing?
I was just imbued with heroism,
Mm-hmm.
which means I no longer fear death. So,
Oops.
I'm gonna-
You technically you fear nothing right now. You are immune to fear. So
Yep. Yep. So, I'm gonna step up. I'm gonna swing on it
all right.
with my non -1 situation.
Yeah. You're feeling good, you're feeling great, you're feeling strong, and nothing's gonna stop you. And you swing, and this thing it just goes flops over as you
Ah!
right over it. And it goes like pops back up. But unfortunately, you just so close missed it.
shitty balloon full of jelly. So I'm gonna turn around and scare everybody with my wild-eyed face.
Okay.
Be like, tally-ho! And I'm like gonna charge out of the room.
It does get an attack of opportunity.
Go for it.
12.
That does not hit.
As it's trying to keep its form as it flops over and you miss, and then you're like, okay, I'm out. It's like, and is not able to hit you. So you're running out. You're just running out?
Yeah. Because I tried to hit it.
Uh-huh.
I used movement to step up, movement to get out, and I used my communication to call it what I did, and then scream tally-ho
Okay.
as I ran out the room,
So-
laughing like a gremlin.
So opening and closing doors,
Yeah.
I'm going to say is an incidental. Now, if it's to unlock...
The door was already open because Aji...
Yes. I'm just saying, you are the last one out of the room.
Oh yeah, I'll swing my hand back and slam that
Okay,
shit.
that's what I'm wondering. Like, if you don't close
just-
the door... All right, so you come out and whoo, slam the door behind you. And it slams shut. And...
I also want to say, as I see Orin, or just my eye twitches, and I'm like, "Good morning."
You got that vein bulging.
My nose is bleeding.
A lot of you is...
Maybe,
Oh.
maybe explain. Maybe.
Irony will say, Gingwatsum. It's a Gingwatsum.
You get
Bless
with
you.
a what?
Well, usually no, but this is at least the second one we've had.
You have terrible security.
He'll stand up and say, Gingwatsums, by their very nature, are shape-shifting things that are impossible to notice the difference until they show their true form.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Aji, I think that means that it's better at shapeshifting than you are.
What?
Wait, does Aji look like me?
Yep, but fucked
Yes.
up and really messed up. Like,
Aji, what the fuck?
What? Aji, yourself.
Aji, yourself! It's becoming a fucking verb!
I will ground you. Okay.
You're gonna ground yourself?
at this point, you hear some footsteps,
Should've-
boom, 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 coming down the hall, and you see
Fucking stayed in bed.
some of the guards
Today.
come running up as Irony's waving them over. He says, he points at the room and he says, "There's another fucking Gingwatsum. It's in there." And they're like, "Okay." And he says,
I wave really hard. Just really
they
hard
notice,
intensity.
yeah, they know you're tweaking. They're like, "Okay." And Irony say, we heard it pretty bad, I think." And he you guys, he looks down, and you look down, and underneath the door, it's like very slowly, little glow. It's trying to get through the bottom of the door.
Can I
Oh,
stamp on it?
Yeah, and Irony will say, "Hold on. Everybody, on the count of 3, hit it with whatever you got." And he'll go, 1, 2, 3. And he opens the door, and you guys don't have to burn a spell or anything. With all, because there's 3 guards, and they've dealt with this before. You're all ready. You would all have advantage. The door opens, and then splat. It just all over the floor, and it slowly just melts and disappears. then Irony will say, look at Aji and say, "What book were you reading? What book was it?"
Um, it was 'cause it was the one from the person who came here recently. It was you were just talking about.
Basil Frost's Mighty Digressions. Okay,
Yeah,
hold on. Let me turn off the combat here.
it was a terrible book, by the way. I mean, the writing was almost bad as how that thing looked.
Well, a lot of journals and seers, they are ramblings usually. You have to dig for what's important.
Okay, but they didn't even know grammar.
I'm sorry? And I am sorry, very. You guys seem to be a magnet for.
Like to point out that I had nothing to do with this.
Right, you weren't here, so.
Yep.
You got that going for you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Cal literally raises his hand as his hand shakes. He goes, does anybody have a hanky? I want to get rid of this thing, and it's gonna take a minute. And yeah, can
What?
I hanky somebody? Grabby hands.
A guard will, like, grab, like, he's got, like, a towel tucked in his, like, just for washing hands and stuff. He's like, here? And hand it to you.
So I'm gonna grab it and take an action to expel it, which means I'm going to cough up blood and have more blood come out of my nose to get rid of the mutagen.
All right. The guard will go.
And like,
Before you do anything, he just goes, you can keep that. I don't need that back.
thanks.
Hey, no, no.
No.
Because that was disgusting. They're like, what the hell? But they'll like, the three guards will like, you guys need help. They'll look at you, Calcat, and it's like, you do that with the blood? It's like, the guard's like, I don't think you should do that. I don't think you have much blood left. I think you might need all you got.
Now this is not actual blood. This is a mutagen. It's a potion. Just let me get rid of it, and
Okay.
your healers can fix me up.
Yeah,
That'll be great.
yeah. So Irony will, like, because he's actually, he didn't get hit. He just, his hand got punched into the. So, this is one time I'm gonna let you do it, Ajay. Do you want to go get your dagger?
Yes.
Okay.
I was waiting for a chance to ask.
Yeah, actually, the guards go in, and one of them would notice it, and then he'll like from inside he'll look at you guys and hold it up like,
Oh, mine.
oh, and he'll flip it over, blade, handle first to you and hand it back to you.
Is it covered in goop?
No, it's ectoplasm, so there's actually nothing remaining now.
Okay.
Whatever goop was on it probably disappeared when
Yeah.
the hole disappeared.
Mm.
Okay, so Irene will say, well, come with me, guys. I'll we'll get the healer over here. And he, you guys actually, like, there, if you're looking at the map here, right, hold on, there's like, this is the entry building where, like, it's kind of a waiting area where you wait there and then somebody will come and get you and take you to your little study room. But it's a pretty big area, 2 stories. He'll walk you guys back there and then just like wait here, talk with one of the people, and they'll send a message. It's like, just a couple minutes, we'll have a healer over here. And he'll say, so we had another one of these. Uh,
When?
uh, actually, it was. Sorry, I'm breaking the flow here. It
I'm gonna
was.
laugh if it was while we were in the mansion.
Hold on. Sorry. He'll say, actually, this is actually the third book to turn into one of these. And this is after uh, he set you guys down, and then he went up and he kind of talked. While he was contacting the healer, he was grabbing a bunch of papers and talking to the guys there. And he comes back and he's got a bunch of notes, and he said, "Okay, healer's on the way. While they're getting here, looks like this is the third book that's turned into one of these things." Um, he's like, the other one of the other books looks like it was The Dark Hunger is the title. And then
Seems befitting.
Fallen Teth Tethyamar is the other. Um, let's see. He's looking. He's like, these. All three of these books were used as entry into Candlekeep within the last 2 months.
Hmm.
Let's see here.
So somebody's trying to mess with you guys.
Okay, and he's looking through the records, and he says, let's see. Two of the Seekers are still here in Candlekeep. Um, Interesting. And they don't have anything. I don't. One is. Let's hear. The name is Yalarian High Scroll, who brought that book, the Mazfar's Mighty Digressions, and then the Dark Hunger, Valor is who brought that in.
Valor?
Yeah, those two are still here. That's their name, Valor.
Okay.
So are we going to talk to them?
I'm sorry, what was I didn't hear that.
So are we going to talk to them?
It'd probably be a good idea. And he looks and he's like, oh, well, it appears we know where Valor is. And he'll like look out the window, and I know it looks empty, but like you have to imagine the court of air. There is always, it's almost full of people. There's people going and to and fro. People, it's a small city. It's actually technically a decent sized city. So there's people moving around constantly. Work is being done. And you notice on top of the House of Rest, there's people reshingling the roof. And Irony looks out and goes, oh, yeah, there they are. Turns out it looks like we already. Valor brought one of the books that turns out it wasn't a book, which is against our rules, but they were at the end of their stay when it happened, so they needed to repay their stay. So they're currently working it off. But yeah, once you're feeling better, and at this point, healer will come in, look at you two, and go, "Whoa, okay, clearly, all right."
Is this the same healer from before?
Yeah, it's the same one. They're like, "Hey, are you good?" Okay, and they'll come up and they're gonna do their ninth level spellcasters. So they are going to Your wounds will all heal up to full.
I
Your
would like to, just as they are casting, they're healing me.
uh huh.
I would like to shapeshift.
Okay, into what?
um, into like uh like a tiefling child.
Okay. So you're going from looking like Orin
Yeah,
to a
To like a
tiefling child.
tiefling child.
I'm looking like a mini Calcutta.
All right. They'll look at you. They know you're a shifter because they've already dealt with you. So they're gonna like,
You can't fault them for their good taste.
no, no, definitely not. So they will heal you, but you still do have the level of exhaustion. They'll
Once
do.
Aji is healed, I just reach over and I ruffle their hair really fast.
Hey!
So I just want to make sure
I
you
try to
guys
reach up
full
and
heal.
ruffle your
Okay.
hair.
You can't reach. You're a child.
Well,
I grow
remember,
tall. And then I
so they look like an adult Calcanum now. And now, to be clear, your clothes are changing as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. At this
First
point,
day, you clarified that the clothes
yeah.
change.
Well, I just want to make sure that I remembered it correctly because that's what I thought. Um, so at that point, Irony will go. Please, could you not do that? It just makes it unnecessarily confusing for me. Please, Aji.
Why?
Because if I'm just asking, please. Just anything. Just don't duplicate. It helps me keep everybody separate.
Oh.
I'm gonna change to be a different colored tiefling.
He will say, borderline racist, but okay. It's a little bit of cultural appropriation, but remember, he himself is a tiefling.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay, fine, that's cool. Just, yep, that's good. Thank you.
How does that?
It's
It's
like
a
wearing, you're in tiefling face. It's like blackface.
no.
No.
Don't
That's
no
not what
no
I.
no don't go there.
So
My
it's just,
form is malleable.
okay,
I.
but, just, okay,
This is just as much real me as anything else.
Aji's culture is non-existent. So
okay.
My culture exists
everything. No.
because it's part of.
Shush. Aji's culture is non-existent. So they just sort of piecemeal things together. It's all
Right.
good.
Okay. Okay. Let's, how about, let's get some lunch. I need to talk with the guards real quick.
Yep.
Just to report this. Why don't you guys go get some lunch? And by this time, it'd be like an early lunch, but um, you should be able to get lunch, no problem.
Also, I'm
Yes.
gonna say that I'm a bright pink tiefling right now.
Of course you are.
You're bright pink with my purple and red hair
Yes, please.
and demon eyes.
Please, yes. Okay, so but with that, we're gonna take a quick break while they get lunch and Irony checks in and I refill my water. So we'll be right
Woo.
back, everybody.
See ya.
Oh,
Okay.
in like 10 minutes.
Cool.
Okay. So
Sounds
at
good.
let's go at 6:25 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody. I think Cal Kenham had something they wanted to say.
Hey, Oren, what is your Steel Defender creature?
That's a very good question. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't pick one?
No, I did
Okay.
not.
Okay. I was
Let's
just
see
curious,
here.
that's all.
Do you have any suggestions?
Well, here's the thing, just so you're aware.
Yeah.
You determine the creature's appearance and whether it
Okay.
has 2 legs or 4. Your choice
Yep.
has no effect on the game statistics. Also, you can resummon it once a day in the morning. So if you want a 2-legged thing, usually, and then, oh, I want a 4-legged thing, next morning, a 4-legged thing. It doesn't have to
Okay.
be an animal either. It just
You
has to
could have
be,
Dexter.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
In my campaign, or when I did it, my character was my artificer had a steampunk corgi as
Haha.
his, and yeah, in one time I needed,
Tiny legs.
yep, and he had a his little snub of a tail was like a cigarette lighter. It was a little red ember.
That's funny.
So you're not really locked into anything. I mean, I would say just for ease, there should be like one form it normally like defaults to, but you can make it whatever you want each day.
Mm. Okay.
So, and I am just going to assume because for Battlesmith, the subclass, it's built around the Steel Defender. I'm going to assume it's always with you, next to you.
Okay.
I mean, it's medium
Um,
size, so basically this thing is the size of a like a big Great Dane. Or I mean, humans are medium sized, so it's a
It's
big.
like a motorcycle.
Yeah,
Big motorcycle.
sure.
Now I'm just thinking of that. You know the motorcycle in Breath of the Wild.
Stop.
I don't.
Not Epona. Don't do this to Epona.
So, okay, so, you guys are just finishing up lunch, and Irony comes in, finds you guys, sits down at your table, and says, "Okay. Again, as a representative of the library, we'd like to apologize for any harm that might have come to you during your stay."
Dude, you get hurt the same amount of time as we do, pretty much.
I was scared. I was sore. I didn't actually take any damage, so thank you guys for saving me there, keeping me safe. I appreciate that. But about the books. So yes, two other books were also false. We hope that's it, but they haven't. I have been ordered to investigate to the best of my ability, and I figured you might want to come along as well. When I need to talk to the two people that are still here. If you guys would like care to
Yes.
join me.
Detective time.
Oh,
I'm going to
oh,
change
oh.
to look
And he just starts rubbing his
like
forehead.
Sherlock.
What do you turn
Sherlock!
into? Sherlock
Yeah,
Holmes?
Yes.
All right. He's like, well, the two are here. One is Yelleron High Scroll. The other is Valor.
Well,
Actually, let's go talk to Mr. High Scroll first, because he needs to be informed that his admittance was fraudulent. It needs to work
that's
out.
actually what I was about to say too, because Valor's working off his thing, so he's definitely going to be here for a while. But
See.
if if the first guy
Yeah.
catches wind of this, he might leave. So,
It's like, oh, everybody knows except for him. It's okay.
oh,
Yeah.
We'd still best to talk to him first.
Yes, I agree. Let's continue. Let's head there, and he'll on the way out he'll say something to uh, the innkeep, and he'll send a runner off. He's like, yes, I believe he is at the House of the Binder, as he is a follower of Agma.
I did want to go over there.
So as you guys walk out, you see a little runner run up to the gatehouse, and then come running back. And then shortly after, a couple of guards start heading towards the House
That
of the
direction.
Binder. Yep.
Yeah.
So Irony will walk in, and he will go over and speak to one of the binders. And as you guys go in, you see all the steps of a book, from raw pages to finished bindings. You see them pounding the pages flat to be ready for binding. They're sewing. It's a very large production. You'd say probably at least 50 people you can see working, and other people moving about. But this is a very large production. It's 2 floors, but it's odd. It's not like a workplace. It's There's no chattering or yelling. Everyone is quiet and methodical about their work, and it's actually, you see it. This is a temple. This is the House of the Binder. The Binder, you all would know, is Agma. So they're not necessarily just working. This is their prayer as well. And uh, Irony will talk to one of the people there, and then he'll wave you over to a little room. You guys go in, and he'll say they're bringing him here. At that point, one of the guards will pop his head in, and Irony tell them just wait at the front. And then after a moment, a a uh, a young man, about 26, human, walks in and says, "Hi, I was told an avowed wishes to see me." And he'll look around, and there's an avowed.
I pointed irony.
Yeah, and he'll also there's a big. Well, actually, we never answered it. What does your steel defender look like right now? I mean, it could be anything.
I don't know.
So the default in rules is written, it's a big dog.
Dexter.
Yeah, it can be a big dog.
Okay. So yeah, it's a big
A
metallic.
Dexter dog.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it is metallic. It's a construct. So keep that in mind, or it's on its character sheet. But yeah, it'll just probably be laying down in the corner until you tell it to do something. It does, it reacts just like an animal or a person would, just it won't do anything without you really telling it what to do.
Right.
So he'll come in and say, yes, how can I help? And Irony will have him sit down and say, well, it's our understanding that you turned in a Mazfrost Mighty Digressions for your entry fee. That book just tried to eat me. So, and the guy, his eyes are like, I'm sorry, what? Eat you? And he'll look around like he's gauging you guys like, is this a fucking joke?
Oh no, yeah, we fought it. Yeah.
Right. Eat you. The book just
Well, more like Like just making like a bunch of gross like slime noises.
I
You're
will
trying to
say
say that you didn't know about the nature of this book?
it's a book. It was
Books
accepted,
can mean many, many things.
and I will say this was a Gingwatsum, and the guy will go, "What? I didn't make it. I purchased this. I swear, in a Baldur's Gate, at a book stall."
Yeah, that was your first mistake. Can I make a? Can I see if I think he's lying?
Sure. Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Nice. Good job. You're like
I
looking in
don't
the
know.
wrong
He looks. He
direction.
seems pretty shifty.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust that guy.
Can I also do it?
Sure. Anybody who wants to can. Well, no, I'll leave.
Somebody
We'll
please
limit
roll
it to
better than
two.
me.
Yeah, one other person can.
Wow.
Nice.
What?
So
Wow, I
Calcanum,
did
you're
not
like,
expect that.
I don't know about this guy. Seems shifty. Aji, he's totally telling the truth.
I wiped like the last little blood from my nose, like,
He's like,
What brings you here?
I, um, they're actually from Waterdeep, and
Ooh,
uh, I'm an acolyte. I'm researched the history of Toril. Um, I've read everything at the Font of Knowledge at Waterdeep, and I wanted access here at Candlekeep. I was certain there'd be more information. I'm a researcher.
So you risked trading for a book you didn't know.
To my knowledge, and my entire time, it was the book.
Would you be able to tell us who you bought this book from?
It- well, I was in Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
It was about 10 days ago. Uh, it was in a market stall. It's in the Wide. It's I don't know if you. It's part of uh, Baldur's Gate. It's a area. Um, it's in the upper city. It's a big marketplace. It was it was really busy. The stall was Dune something. I don't remember. It was too busy and a lot of people, and I saw the books. I wanted to look at them. I bought this, and I left, and it was Dune,
Dune,
desert Dune. I know Dune. I don't know.
Dune.
Anything else you can remember?
Uh,
Did you read the book before you turned it in?
I I perused it. I wanted to make sure it was real. For what I spent on it, I was hoping so. It was a very difficult read, but it looked legitimate. I had no reason not to think it was what it was.
Sadly, naive.
What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Aji's sleuthing.
Okay. And irony would add like, you got here 5 days ago. And he'll nod and say, yeah, and I intended to. I was planning on staying as long as I can, the entire 10 day, to research as much as I can. What happens now? And
That's the part you're not gonna like, bud.
Artie will say, It doesn't sound like you intended, but we don't have the book that you used for your entrance, so other arrangements will need to be made. And he'll knock on the door and he'll look at you guys and say, "Do you have any further questions?"
Um.
That steel defender needs to take it easy in the corner. He's
Yeah, I
getting
was just
excited.
gonna say, he's got questions,
Okay.
so
See, now it's totally okay if your dogs make noise because it's part of the
yeah,
ambience.
Part of the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
he's asking what the hell's going on
Uh,
with the evil book.
so
He
yeah,
wants to know.
this is you guys' opportunity to ask him any further questions. I mean, he's not going anywhere for another few days, but if you have any other questions,
Um. Doing something in Baldur's Gate.
yes.
Have have you met Valor since you've been here, or have you been pretty much sticking to yourself?
I spend most of my time either here or the temple. I don't know of this Valor you mentioned. I don't
Okay.
know this person.
Okay. Um, Orin, Aji.
Do you guys have any questions?
I can't think of anything else.
Irony and say, well, if you think of any, we can always revisit and ask him. But in the meantime, he'll call the guards and say, if you could escort Mr. High Scroll? Yeah, High Scroll, um, to meet with the guard captain, that would be appreciated. And he'll stand up and say, yes, whatever you need, and we'll follow them out.
Irony follows them out.
No, High Scroll follows the guards out.
Gotcha.
So it's just you guys left with Irony, and he'll say, well, okay, so he bought. I think we might want to go talk to Valor.
Quick question before
Mm-hmm.
before we go do that. This is just a base curiosity thing. So he was here for 5 days. Does that mean that he's going to work the rest of the time? Like, is he still going to be able to do any research like you wanted, or? I'm just curious.
That will be up to the guard captain to decide.
Okay. And as we go to go find Valor, I then have to ask if Valor got questioned because he's already working, right?
She
Like-
is, yes.
Oh, she already is working. So did she get questioned and everything, or was it just a hey, this was wrong and this is what you got to do now?
She did get questioned, not by me, so I don't know. I could pull up the record, but we can talk to her too. And as you guys are stepping outside, she's pointing up on the roof, or he's pointing up on the roof of the house of rest, and they're up on the roof, working on reshingling and doing some work there with a guard. And there's other people up there working on it as well. So, like, would you like? How about we call Valor down and have a discussion with them?
I'm cool with that. Anybody else have
And
Orin, Aji?
oh, where'd
Yeah,
Ozzy?
we lost Charlie.
Ozzy.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, we will.
Knowing Aji, they probably would want to get wings and then go ask them
Yeah.
to come down themselves.
Nope, can't fly.
Oh, you're back.
Woo!
Yes.
I
I'm
just
sorry,
tried
my
to pull an
iPad
Aji
died.
on your behalf.
Hey, Calcanum, I'm
What
really
did you
sorry.
do?
Calcanum, you're sideways on my.
Yeah.
Oh,
Could you
sorry.
It's fine. And you're
There you
also
go.
slow. Your video is slow motion, so it's kind of interesting.
Weird. Are we good?
No, you're
Yeah,
still
I think so.
tipped for me.
Still sideways?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Saba, and then da.
There it is. Alrighty.
Are we good? We're
There
good?
we are.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So, Irony will go and yell up at the guard, and this tiefling who was hammering and stuff, you know, the guard, calls her over, and she like stands up, stretches, and she's like a foot taller than this guard, and is wide shouldered, and she's like nods and climbs down a ladder. She is probably about 6'8" tiefling, not counting the horns, and is
Hi.
very
Wow.
and has like a permanent scowl. Um, she's young though. She's like appears to be 24 years old. She's a tiefling, and she'll climb down and come over and say, "They said you want to talk to me."
Yeah.
Yes, we had some questions for you.
What do you need to know?
Where by chance did you get your book that tried to kill somebody? I have to assume that it tried to kill somebody.
Um, I'll tell you what I told them. I bought it in Baldur's Gate. It was in the Wide, the Upper City. Um, I didn't remember the name of the place where I got it from. It was a little, it was a little book stand. Um,
Does
I,
Dune sound familiar to you?
I don't remember the name at all. I, it was not the most reputable part of the bazaar. Um, it was in the Wide. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it there, so I got out.
Yeah.
I didn't stay there for very long.
Beware of books from Baldur's Gate.
Beware of strange books in general.
Alright.
Episode title:
What?
Beware of Strange Books from Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Writing it down. And she'll just say, I already answered all this before.
Well, another one showed up, so we wanted to see if there was any sort of connection.
Can you describe the bookseller at all?
Dark skin, kind of coffee, mocha color, light, dark skin.
Okay.
I didn't stay there long. I got out as quick as I could.
Yeah, okay. What were you coming to research by happenstance? If you don't mind sharing.
I I was researching Hadar,
Hadar.
the Dark Hunger. The book was about him. I got the
Is that a
information.
is that a god or
Yes, entity.
okay?
But I was ready to leave 3 days ago, and they told me the book was fraudulent and apparently attacked somebody. And apparently, you have something else So it's not my fault. I hope this clears it up. Maybe. I don't know.
Hmm.
Is there anything else? Because I really need to get back to work. I want to get this done so I can get out of here.
Guys. I don't. I don't have any more. I don't have any more questions. They might.
Are you planning on getting out of here soon?
The more work I can get done, the less time it'll take. So I'm doing the best I can, and I just don't like talking to people. I was trying to be polite.
Oh,
That's fair.
I could tell.
So are you done with me? Can I go now?
Mm, for now, yes. But will we ever really be done with you? That depends on whether we figure out what.
She looks at
Uh,
you and goes, "You're an
he's
avowed.
playing.
Who are you?
He's,
Who are you people?
he's
What
playing
is
a
going
character.
on?"
He's playing. Audrey's playing a character right now.
Yeah, she's
Just
gonna
play
look
along.
right at Irony and say, "What the hell's going on? Who are these people?"
You're detective.
Irony will say, if you can just help us answer the questions, we can help. This might go towards helping you figure out what's going on and help you get out of here sooner."
We were part of the latest victims that got attacked. That's yeah.
From my book?
Audrey. No,
Okay, then
from
why?
the
Why me?
other
Why are you
books.
talking? I already answered
To,
all this. Can I go?
we. Yep.
Because things are connected. That's why.
Well, why don't you connect them while I get to work? May I go? And
Yes.
he'll
Go
look
ahead.
at
Yes.
Irony. And Irony will say, "We might have questions later, but yes, you can go back to work." She'll like flex a bit and say, "Thank you," and leave.
Audrey, why do you keep poking people?
Poking people?
Where's your
Yes.
I
kitten,
didn't poke her.
Audrey? Where did the clockwork kitty go?
Right. You have that.
Yes. It's in my pocket.
So
Do that.
Irony
Yeah.
at this point will say, they both said they bought from a stall in the Wide in Baldur's Gate.
Yep.
That's got to be what it is.
Well, you said that there was 3 books, right?
Yes, the person who brought in the other book is already gone. We don't know where they are.
Ah, shice. Okay. So, are you gonna start inquiring, I guess, about where people are bringing their books from now?
Yeah, that's probably something we should do. Would you
No, I knew this was coming.
what?
Grump, grump, grump,
What?
grump,
What?
grump, grump, grump.
I think Orin's just expecting that you're gonna ask a task of us of some kind.
Yep.
Well, perhaps you three could travel to Baldur's Gate and investigate this bookstall?
If we do that, can we see behind the doors?
I
Ozzy.
Yes.
will make sure that there is some sort of reward. Absolutely.
I lean into Irony and I'm like, I'm so sorry about him.
I am too.
I
That was so good. I love irony so much.
He will say, "This would help us out greatly. We don't really have any authority outside of our walls.
Mhm.
We It would help us a lot if you could, if there's a source of fake forgeries going through, we would very much like to know about it. Um, and I can promise you will definitely get a reward if you can find out the source of these forgeries in Baldur's Gate.
Will this
All
affect our
right.
time?
Will the reward
Mhm.
specifically be going into
Aji, kitten, what are you
central
doing?
library?
Stop with the
What?
mouth thing. Play with your toy, okay?
I can do both at the
Irony
same
will say
time.
it will not count against your time
Okay.
because you'll be on this trip on our behalf. I cannot
Yeah.
promise what or what the reward will be. I can only guarantee you there will be a reward. The sooner we get this taken care of, the better.
Yeah. Okay.
I would like
know what?
some very rare books
Oh my
on
god. Guys, he can't
unusual.
guarantee what the reward is. Let's go do the thing, and then
I'm
they might be so
saying
impressed that they'll take requests.
that this is a library and I am making a request.
And
Okay?
I will take your request under consideration.
Thank you very much.
Just
That's all I wanted.
when you return, just provide a list, and we can move forward from there.
Well, we did provide that one list,
Mm-hmm.
remember?
Yep.
So, you know, that.
Okay. I'll see what I can do about that. Would you like to head out today, perhaps? It's a nice day for it.
I feel like you might be trying to get rid of us or something. Like I'm getting this little feeling
You don't
that
want to know?
you don't really
We could
want
play
us
games.
here.
He's going to look at all of you and say, "You have been here 48 hours. You have been attacked twice in that time.
Yep.
I think maybe a little
Yeah,
break."
terrible on your account. Look
Yeah,
how
this is
often we've been in danger.
wildly
Yes.
unsafe library. That is
So, perhaps a little trip, a little broaden your horizons a little bit more, might prevent us from having to deal with any more damage to you and or our property. Just for a little bit.
They
My
need a break
horizons are
from
pretty
us,
broad
guys.
already.
Let's just go.
That would be super. And he's kind of walking you towards the main
The
gate.
gate. Get out.
He's like, yes, you know what? I'm gonna go. Let's head over here. I'll make sure the gate warden knows to let you in when you get back. So here, let's go and head that way. And he's gonna head off.
Irony.
Yes,
While we're gone,
yes.
I have an agreement with the guy who runs the outfitters and clothiers that I've asked for a scrap of a certain pink or red silk, and he said to come back in a couple days. I have a feeling this is going to take more than a couple days.
I will check in with your order. I'll check in on your order for you. Absolutely. He hasn't stopped walking.
Thank you.
He's over his absolutely.
No, I haven't
absolutely.
either.
Yeah.
I haven't either. This is just a thing I want to make sure that I can have figured out while I'm gone.
Okay, and he'll say, oh, excellent. It looks like you've got all your gear with you. Excellent, great, saving time, very efficient. Okay, right this way. Just follow
Irony
this
hates
road.
us so much.
Head north.
Do you want your coffee mug back?
No,
or
you
should
can
I-
keep that. You know, it's
I'll
like
take
a,
it.
it's like a,
Yeah.
it's a souvenir mug. It's great.
Excellent.
Yeah,
All
go ahead.
right.
Why don't you go ahead? Yeah, you know how to get to. And he's like, push you. Now you're outside the gatehouse. He's like, okay,
Oh.
great. You know the way,
Will
right?
you let will you let little one throw me?
No. No,
Let's
no,
head to
no, not
Baldur's
ever.
Gate.
No, no. No, don't ask anymore. And don't ask him either. You don't ask him, don't get him in trouble. He has a good heart.
Yeah, he does.
So don't get him in trouble. Have a great trip. Bye.
You have no sense of fun.
I believe we just got a door shut on our face.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't imagine why.
I can't either.
So you guys are now outside the door, and you guys are kind of
It
doing
was
the
so genuine.
you're doing the math in your head, and you're like, dude, it's like 5 days walk. It's gonna take you
Hey, man.
5 days to get there. But
And
that
5 days back, probably.
that is where we're gonna end the session.
Okay.
You getting the door slammed on your asses in the
We've
most
been evicted.
friendly way possible.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, it, like you said, it took us, what, less than 48 hours to get kicked out of the library?
Yeah.
That's
And that's 48
kind of
hours.
Hey,
impressed
man.
with us,
The first
actually.
day,
That's efficiency right there.
somebody died, and then you guys got all left up, and then the next day got attacked again. So
Hey, I actually wasn't a part of the second incident,
True.
so yeah.
that is true, but
Yeah.
you'll notice like he's not mad or anything. He just kind of wants a day off a little bit. And remember, he said, if you remember, he said, "You guys are my only responsibility right now."
Yep.
And he has just shoved you out the door. So his responsibility has left the library.
Yep.
So you were saying, oh,
No, he-
poor guy didn't get a day off? Well, he just made some days off for himself.
Yep.
Yeah, he's about to get a vacation of, at the very least, 10 days.
Yeah, that's what without even have to check, yeah, that he already did that math. You can tell. He was like,
Oh, yeah.
that's like at least 10 days. Oh my God. So, yes, we're going to end the session there.
Woo!
Remember, you two still have one level of exhaustion right now.
Yep.
So I don't remember. What is it at level 1? I think it's
It's disadvantage on
Skill check.
skill checks.
skill checks. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. So, and it's actually only like you guys actually you just ate, so you have. So you had food. You got your okay. Yeah, and
So me and Aji just need to sleep really good tonight.
Yes.
you hope that was a weird little blob, man, who did some weird stuff. All right.
That thing sucked.
So
Literally.
when we come back, you guys will be on the road to Baldur's
On the
Gate.
road again!
And I'm gonna
I
say
can't believe you got to that before me.
I don't think any of you would have had a reason to go to Baldur's Gate. Maybe Calcanum, but I don't see Orin or Aji having any reason.
Well, if we're going to a bookstore, even if it's
Well-
a shady one with fraudulent books.
it's a stand. This is a big bazaar area where
Got it.
the stands are set up in the morning and then taken down at night. So
Okay.
Yep.
yeah, it's a bazaar, not a bookstore.
Our exit blurb?
Oh, I was
is that-
getting there. Oh, also, we are not going to be here next week. We're taking the
A
next
week after that.
Sunday off. Because somebody has a real life and real things to do.
Hey!
No, it's good. You got to do your stuff.
Work.
You didn't have to
It
say
can relate.
anything there. But yeah, we're going to be, we will not have a game next Sunday, but the following Sunday we will return. So, Oren, if you would, please.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and listening to our crazy Candlekeep playthrough nonsense, whatever. If you enjoy listening to us, please hit those like, subscribe buttons, all of them. They're somewhere on the screen. And not next week, but the week after that, make sure to tune in to listen to our continued story on Candlekeep. That'll be October 1st.
You're
Yeah.
good. I just pulled up the calendar. I was going to say that, but you're better at. See,
I,
this is why I
yeah.
have you do it because I'm horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, that is how I earned this job, actually, was keeping a schedule. Not a good,
Because
just
you
a schedule.
and
A
you
So,
schedule.
you can string more than two sentences together. That's also why you got it.
compliments. I'm getting
This is what you get when you have a bunch
compliments.
of people with ADHD put together in a group.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again, everybody, and we will see you in October.
Woo!
Heck
So,
yeah! Spooky month.
bye,
Spooky,
Yes.
everybody.
spooky things.
All the
Bye.
spooky things.
Bye.